once again to Wicked Wins, episode 10. We have the full boat like we're supposed to have, and we have a lot of people in a bit of a rough predicament. What is the rough predicament you're in, and why are you in it?
We, on doing a side mission, we have promised to kill some gentlemen, and upon almost doing so, he has given us a counter offer to think about, which would likely involve us being paid handsomely to do other things, like betray the people that hired us. And then we are in the talks of accepting or not accepting that offer.
And how much was that offer initially?
I don't know.
I think it was 10,000 gold or something like that.
I didn't actually get in my notes the exact amount he offered us, I think. It wasn't that much. It was like something around the ballpark, I think, of like 4,000 or 5,000 each or something to begin with.
No, I believe the offer was 10,000 because that was the most he could pull out at the time. But it's 10,000 for the party, not 10,000 each.
Yeah.
But there was an each thing of then if we start going and hunting these mind speaker dwarves, he would basically pay us per.
He is willing to pay you 4,000 to 5,000 gold per head.
Okay, so that's where I got the 4,000 to 5,000 was per head for those things.
Yeah, and that took quite a bit of planning for you guys to get there. So let's jump back over into the condo where you find yourself. One man with an unbuckled pair of pants lying on the couch, or sitting on the couch tied up, and another man wearing his robe seated on the couch.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We leveled up.
You haven't leveled up yet.
No, I'm saying, should we roll hit points yet or no?
We'll roll hit points when you sleep.
Okay, sounds good.
Because you could still die here.
That is accurate.
Yep.
Right. But then you have to make your own new character.
But yeah. Have you guys had enough time to think it over? To maybe come to a decision as a team? Or will you flounder around here and argue for the rest of the session?
That second thing.
Yeah, probably the latter.
Yeah, my stance is the same. I'll go with whatever. I think we'll make good money either way.
I mean, I'm personally on board with betraying the. I have no allegiance to the people that initially hired us. Yeah, the dwarves.
Well, you gain money with this way, but you gain the information you were looking for the other way.
Yep, it's a trade-off.
So you're losing out all the information that you did this whole thing for.
Unless we kill them and interrogate them for the information. Not a strong suit of mine.
I don't even really know what information I'm even attempting to acquire.
To find the specific person that you needed to get into contact with originally.
Yeah, but this whole thing was he was just like, he found some signet rings that he just started looking into, curious of who they were, and it led him down the, oh, they're these people. Oh, like maybe someone might pay money for these rings, but you have to find the right person, and some people will get pissed off and some people will be happy and pay. So it was like, it kind of seemed like it started from like a, hey, potentially if you find the right person to sell this to, you might make money off of it, and it spiraled into where we are now.
It was a rabbit hole. I fell down a rabbit hole, and this is where we've currently ended up. And
landed in 10 grand? Sold.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm thinking, right? I mean, my character just wants power in the city, and money can function like that, so. I'm kind of leaning towards helping him. but I don't want to be like the one person that doesn't want to.
Can we trust them? You may give us the 10 grand and then hunt us down, kill us, and take it back. It's very possible.
I won't do that. I promise. I promise. I swear. I swear. I swear to you.
Someone rolled insight, and he's like, seems mostly was legit. So yeah, I'm a for it. Anyone else severely against it?
Yeah, I don't like working with sniveling weaklings. I say we kill them.
I'm not weak. I use money to get things done. That is the most power you can have.
Listen, if it causes a divide in the party, I'm more than happy to respect my friend Silvio here and end you.
No. There are consequences if you kill me. There'll be consequences.
If only there were more gold, we could probably convince Silvio.
I've already offered you a substantial amount.
I'm joking. Oh,
4,000 to 5,000 gold per head is incredible.
All right, Silvio, how do we convince you? Unless I know that John's working, but do you want to weigh in, John, at all?
I don't know if Steve can remind me. The guy I met that was like easily reading my mind and stuff. Do I have an opinion on which side he would belong to in all this?
So he is one of those people. He is one of those people that could read your mind without having to cast spells or anything of the sort. Just
the
naturally.
Guy that's sniveling before us.
No, the other guy, the guy that Felix was working with had the similar power.
Right. So I like that guy, or I'm afraid of that guy. So I'd run to kill this guy. Correct? Just want to make sure.
That's up to you. If you fear the other guy because you fear how powerful it is, maybe you might side with this guy. But if you fear him because you fear he might be impeding upon your access to power, this might be an avenue for you to have information about them and take them down. So I could see your character seeing this on both sides. But I think it depends on how Felix feels internally about the situation.
I'll go with whatever the party wants, but I don't think it bodes well to betray our word. We said we were going to do this. I think we should do it.
I mean, he said he was going to do that. It's not all of us. I happen to quite like being deceptive. It's fun.
I agree with that.
Wait. Which side do you mean deceptive? Deceptive in siding with me, right?
Yes, yeah. I was referring to siding with
Sorry, I'm getting confused. There's a whole lot of information being thrown around right now.
Oh, don't worry about it. I just pat his leg.
Yeah, this is what I was afraid of.
Well, what if word gets around that we don't complete jobs that we agreed to and that sort of thing? You want that reputation?
I don't think he necessarily agreed to do a job per se. It was just if he wanted more information and took care of something for this guy, he would help him get more information. It's not like he fully out agreed yes, I am contracted to go kill this dude for money. It was kind of well, if you want this, do this for me.
I don't remember enough of the interaction to remember that specifically.
I'm pretty sure that was the if I'm remembering right, I'm pretty sure you were talking about how you're trying to get in touch with some of these people, and he was sort of well, I can facilitate helping you get in touch with the right people if you do this for me. And it was tracking this dude down and taking him out.
I have a potential solution. How about this? You're a wizard, right? You in the red. You're a wizard, correct?
Yeah, he's a wizard. Kind of gross, huh?
The book there. The book on on geology. Open to page 65.
Uh-oh.
I promise you, it's not exploding runes.
Got him.
I detect magic on the book.
The book is not magical.
Alright, I turn to page 65.
There is a scroll on page, folded into page 65.
I cast read magic to decipher it.
It is a scroll of detect thoughts. If you cast that, it should help you identify whether or not I'm telling the truth about what my intentions are.
What I know of this spell, it doesn't discern truth from lie. You could just be thinking of lies and I'd read them. You could just be a very good at masking the truth and thinking what you want.
That is true, but I believe you can push deeper to get more information if you try hard enough.
Assuming you don't resist.
I will choose not to resist. You'll know if I resist, you won't get anything.
Alright, I'll look to the party.
I mean, won't hurt.
I shrug.
Do I auto-cast this, or is this a chance for failure?
It's a level
That's
2
on.
spell.
Yeah. You should be able to cast it, no problem.
Alright, I'll,
Divination's not on your counter school, right?
opposition, no.
Okay, then yeah, you're fine.
Alright, yeah, I look to the party and say, well, what do you want me to look for? Just see if he's telling the truth about all this, or what?
Yeah, I mean, why do we know why they want him dead? Do we remember that?
So the whole thing is here, I'm thinking is, it sounds like he has been sort of trying to displace these dwarves because they're actually these like mind thinker dwarves, and he said they're doing something like causing chaos in the city.
One quick correction that's very clear. Yeah. They're not dwarves that are the mind speakers.
Okay.
These things look kind of like almost tall. They have kind of like elf-like forms, but there's something different about them that makes them look somewhat different from an elf.
Gotcha.
Is it Pinnacle?
So then, sorry, then I guess I missed in here. Is it like the dwarves who are like connected with these people?
The dwarves are connected to them, yes. These people seem to operate as servants to the dwarves.
Gotcha. Okay, so like this is just out of character. So he's like trying to push dwarves out of area who are connected to these things, apparently servants of them. Because the dwarves are like causing mayhem and chaos and trying to like.
It's a bit of a mixed bag. So his dwarven business is still like his business with the dwarves is still the same. It's moving people around to facilitate like what's best for his business, but he also has this like little side thing going on where he's sort of discovered these dwarves that have these mind speaker people, and now it's kind of like something he says he's been tracking for a while, and he's trying to sort of clean up. He'll clarify all that through some questioning.
So basically I'm assuming that the dwarves and the mind speakers probably are on to the fact that he's doing this, which is why they told you to go deal with him in turn for like what you wanted. Like that's my assumption, is that they have kind of figured out what he's doing, and it was like, well, here, go kill this dude for me and get him off our plate, and then we'll trust you enough to like bring you to the dwarves and probably give you more information and stuff. So I mean, I guess detect thoughts, you could just be trying to see like, is he actually doing what he says he's doing? Does he actually have any intention of killing us? Is he going to keep to his word of, paying us this money and paying us per head of these dwarves? Or was he saying pay head per dwarf or per mind speaker creature?
Per mind speaker creature.
Okay, mind. So yeah, I guess those would be the pertinent things that I can think of.
Yeah, I'm just reading through the detect thoughts. I don't think I can dig deeper. It's actually just
It's
at the
mostly
third
just
round I just get surface level.
Yeah, so I mean, you could just be asking people to like, or have people like asking these questions of him as.
Wait, did he purposely lie to me about the spell, or
I don't
was
know,
that
did he?
Or was
Do you
me
even
just
know about
mistaking
the spell? Do you
Well, I
understand
don't-
the intricacies of how this spell works? Can you give me a knowledge arcana?
Sure. Knowledge arcana.
Very good. Yeah, so you'll know that there is something here that isn't adding up. Detect thoughts is only surface thoughts. It doesn't allow for deeper probing. So if he has like a thought he keeps at the top, it's going to kind of simmer there at the top. And he could try to manipulate his thoughts. If you ask him specific questions, one of those might come to mind. Like the thought might still come to mind. But if he knows you're going to do it, he might have some ability to control his thinking.
Okay. I'll ask the party to like step out of earshot of him for a minute. I'm assuming he's restrained adequately.
Sure.
So yeah, once we're sufficiently at earshot to my satisfaction, I'll say, it seems like he...
Well, Pavan could watch him, right?
Sure.
Before
Yeah.
you start talking.
I'll let Pavan stare right at his face.
Yep.
Seems like he conveniently left out that I actually will not be able to probe deeper into his mind, although he seemed to... Perhaps he just didn't know that part of the spell, or he's trying to deceive us. But either he's like super skilled at concealing his thoughts, which is highly unlikely how easy he went down. He seems like a mid-level type of person. So I suggest a little thought trickery. Ask him a few probing questions that we know the answers to, like the color of his socks, something like this. They're just to grease his mind to giving the first thing that comes to his head to be the truth. And then once we've asked him a few of them, ask the real one, and then it'll be very hard if, for example, if I tell you all to not think of an elephant, it becomes very hard not to think of an elephant. You have to be very, very trained to not do such a thing. So I think if we do this exercise, we should be able to get some semblance of surface level truth in them.
I mean, I see no risk.
Yeah. So everyone's on the same page. I'll tell them to run through some questions we want to discern the truth on, and I will read the scroll off the...
You really want to be sadistic. A way to probably clear his mind real fast is give him a quick little stab, and then, start asking him questions. Just a thought.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, he'll be focused on the pain, and then he won't be able to keep whatever thought on it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. But then his surface level thoughts might just be like, "Fuck, that hurts! Ow, ow, ow!"
Yeah, but then you ask him a question real fast, and he probably will
torture our new allies is a great way to start off with a really...
I mean, I'm just saying it's an option. I'm not saying we have to.
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm ready.
I don't want to torture the
You guys
guy.
are in there getting a little loud. Is everything okay?
Yeah, things are fine. Shut up.
At least a little stab. A little stab. Not a big stab.
No, we ain't torturing him.
All right, let me know.
I mean, the potential threat of having just a dagger at his throat or whatever might get him to start thinking about that also, instead of whatever thought he's trying to keep to the surface.
Yeah, so whenever the party's ready, I'll read the scroll and cast the spell.
Okay. As you guys come back, the guard will kind of be chatting with him and saying, if you could just stop bringing these types of people back with you, these problems wouldn't happen. We have to be on extra alert here. Didn't you go to your bedroom and... Oh, you're back.
Hey, I'm offended.
What?
No, by what he said. Not you.
He says this kind of shit all the time. He's loyal, though. I'll give him that. Albeit, I don't know, reckless at times. Anyway, it sounded like you guessed it?
Not yet. I look to the party. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I cast the scroll. I concentrate for 3 rounds to discern surface level thoughts.
Okay. Are you guys asking questions before the 3rd round, or?
We could start with like on round 1 and 2, just some of the generic questions.
Okay. So yeah, he'll answer a couple of the generic questions. And as about 12 seconds kick in, you guys can ask the question that you want during the 3rd increment of 6 seconds. And what would that question be?
We'll hold up when that happens. Like, we should grab the weapon, right? Then either stab him or threaten. I mean, I don't have a dagger. Did one of you guys have it?
No.
I don't have a dagger. I've got a sword.
I don't want to.
That'll work.
So I'm going to kind of saunter up.
Look, the man in charge of this operation doesn't want to bring weapons into it, so...
Okay, I won't do it then. I was going to saunter up and be like, ha-ha! He's like, oh, what the fuck? That'll clear his mind too. It's really confusing.
If we're going to decide to help him, I don't want to intimidate him.
All right, well, pick what question you want to ask him on that 3rd round.
I guess the question is: what is your intent to actually pay us what you're offering?
Yeah. So when you ask that, Felix, you will see his initial surface thought jump to like handing over stacks of money and looking over it like a head that's resting upon his kitchen table. But then you also get a flash of another thought. A flash of you leaving the room. A vision of you going to his desk and pulling out a scroll and using it to make sure the uncertain person in the party becomes a person who is certain they want to go along with this deal.
That's motherfucker.
When you say you mean us as a party or me as an individual?
You as an individual.
But I was unsure about this.
No. There's one of you that's sure that seems to be sure they don't want him around. That like they don't want to go forward with this. You're willing to go with the party. The other one is an adamant no.
I see. So he wants me to like dominate or something. Can I see his thoughts about what the scroll is or no?
If you like sit there for a little while, you'll see that Silvio sort of acts as a puppet, saying, "Yes, I agree that we should work with him. He's a strong man. He has a lot of money, and money will buy me more strength."
Seems like he's thinking about... can I speak during this? Because I'm concentrating. I think I can speak.
You can speak.
I'll just say, seems like he has methods to make us all more agreeable than we are right now.
What? I don't have any. What are you...
Now's not the time for lies, friend.
What kind of wizard are you?
Very good one, I think.
Where's your sense of opportunity?
I don't seek to betray those I work closest with.
You probably should have told me to use the scroll, just saying.
I would have done it.
Oh my god, you guys are all fucking backstabbers.
My patron is literally deception, okay?
Listen. If you're gonna kill me, can we at least make it quick? If you're not all willing to be on board, then... well, I might as well die. Those things taking over the city is probably gonna be worse for us than anything else.
What things taking over the city?
The mind speakers.
Mind speakers! Come on, keep up here.
Whoops.
There are suddenly more of them working for the dwarves every few months. It's not a coincidence.
Is this something? This is I guess right. Where are we trying to convince? Is this something? I can't find the right words for this. Silvio, is this something you're willing to accept?
I mean, so here's a thought. The Mind Speakers, he told us that they're causing lots of chaos, right?
Yes.
And Lars
he told you he's sure they're up to problematic behavior.
I thought he specifically used chaos or chaotic stuff at one point. But, I mean, we can assume problematic, probably not within the law, and Lars is lawful, right?
Lars is lawful, but betraying somebody is kind of a violation of being lawful.
But he didn't make an oath to anyone, so he's not actually betraying anyone.
Sure, but I sort of agree. I think this is an interesting paradox here because Silvio is like has a legitimate point. This guy is like the weak kind of guy who like manipulates people using money, but the minute a real problem arises, he's like ready to fall on the floor and like if money doesn't work, just die. And that's sort of what he's still showing here. I think it makes sense that Silvio is very much so like this guy deserves to die.
I will say though, Silvio, if you want a challenge, there's no challenge here, but there will be a challenge against the Mind Speaker.
Several.
Well, I mean, we could kill this guy like we came to do. Then if the mind dudes become a problem, we kill them too.
Wait. But my money! You're gonna lose all this money!
The problem is, friend, while I enjoy your money, our friend here doesn't really care too much about money. So you have to find some other thing you can offer.
Well, then off him! Don't off me! Off him! Solve the problem the easy way!
It's not the way to convince people. Can you think really hard about what that scroll isn't in your desk, if you can mind? And I'm going to concentrate on what he first level thought is.
He'll immediately think, why does he want me not to think that this is a dominate scroll?
Assumed, he has access to high-level scrolls, for one thing. These can be purchased with money, but the fact that he knows where and who to get these from may be something of usefulness.
Yes, I can be very, very useful. I have access to a lot of money, and that means I have access to a lot of people.
What kind of scroll is it?
It's a scroll of dominate person.
Oh, just use it on him then.
I can't use it. And he gestures with his tied up arms.
No, I'm talking to Silvio. I mean, not Silvio.
Yeah, to Felix.
I'm like, use it on him.
Your friend gets it.
What?
This guy understands.
No, I think he's
saying to use it on you, idiot.
Yeah, I'm saying use it on
No,
him.
don't use it on me.
Make him give us the money. Fuck this guy.
I mean, I guess we could do that.
No, it won't work. It's coded. It won't work on me.
Think really hard about where the scroll isn't, please.
When you say that, give me he will actually try to save against this.
Yeah.
I do like this is an outcome. We just dominate him.
I didn't think about it until I was like, wait a minute, I want the money. Wait a minute. Dominate? Wait a minute.
He will manage to just barely successfully push back against you finding that memory.
But I did see him show me that it's in his desk, in his office or something.
It is in his desk in his office. That's correct.
I don't know where his office is.
His office is literally in the other room.
Oh.
Like there was you, like you saw yourself in his vision walking back here into his office.
I believe the scroll's in his office there, however, I don't think I can cast this without a chance of failure.
Can I try to go in his office and, well, I mean, I guess the token's already in the office. Can I try to, look around?
Yeah, you can. You'll need to pick the lock to get into his office, because it is locked.
Okay, I will try that. Why can't I find it?
Disable device.
I was looking and I was like blind.
All right, you manage to unlock the door, and you can head inside. And yeah, there are a lot of books in here. There are 2 books that have no label on them. Other ones are books on arcane theory. There are books on mathematics. Books on how to read patterns. And there is a locked drawer on his desk.
Can I check it for traps?
You can. Perception.
Sweet.
It is certainly trapped.
Oh no, he would have exploded.
Does that mean? How is there a way to check like how it's trapped? Like
that's part of what disable device does.
Okay. Okay. I love dying. I am going to attempt to disable. Well, I mean, it's probably just gonna it's like that thing from Da Vinci Code. We're just gonna pour acid in it as soon as they're trying to open it. I'm gonna try to disable device on the thing.
It sprays ink all over you. You were 1 off. But
God.
you start to move it and you start to pick it, and there's a little thing that just starts spraying ink all over you.
And is that with his inspiration?
That is with the 19 he
Okay.
got versus the 20 to successfully disable.
Well, I think technically you would have only had a 17.
No, 2 from the perception. 2 from it says perception there, but it's a +2 bonus for disabling traps, and then 3 from the
Okay.
inspiration because he
All
auto
right,
gets
I was
inspiration
just
on.
confused with his
disables.
note. I was like, wait, does that just give him bonus to perception?
It's because I copied it from one to the other.
Okay.
Can I just try again?
You can now try to unlock it. The trap is out of ink.
Okay.
Oh, it was just a mundane trap.
Yeah.
Lame.
It's designed so that if somebody who's working for him comes in here
he knows,
and tries to
yeah.
take it, he knows that they've done it.
Like, oh, this is what
Yes.
you're up to.
It's like the bank thing where
Yep.
it blew ink on me. All right, I guess I open it up.
No,
Yeah, well, give me another disable to unlock the lock.
Okay.
Because it is still locked. There you go.
Oh baby.
You get that open nice and easy. Yeah, and inside there are several scrolls. And there is a bag of something in here.
Okay, is there anyone around?
No, nobody has declared they're following you in here.
No, I'm making sure this dude doesn't try to escape when we do something sketchy.
I guess I try to look at it, but I'm probably just gonna pocket it.
Okay.
I'd be right next to him.
Yeah, you can pocket it for right now.
Can I see what it is before I'm pocketing it?
Yeah, give me a perception. Because it's kind of dark, and you might have to pour things out, but you might have enough light here. You can see the glint of something metallic or maybe gem.
Yeah, I'll just pocket it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll bring it back out, and I'll hand all the scrolls or whatever to Felix.
Yep.
Everyone hand him all the fucking scrolls. I cast
So-
spells too, you know.
So
You want the scrolls? I'll give them to you.
Rusty comes out covered in ink, but also arming a pile of scrolls, and just kind of dumps them on the floor in front of Felix. See, they're there. He failed. He fucked it up. Oh wait, this is probably not a good time to laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
you
not.
want me to fuck you up? I'll fuck you up.
No.
Yeah, I thought so, buddy.
So am I dominating this soul or what?
Oh, that's your call.
You're
just thought of
strong
it.
enough to
I mean,
get
it
the
certainly
spell off.
feels like the thing that people are more in agreement on.
You did say it would help people be more agreeable, so yeah.
You could find out if he's telling the truth for sure. Maybe.
I'll cast Read Magic on the scrolls to find the Dominate person.
Yep, you can find the dominate person one.
What are the other
other
scrolls?
Yeah, what are the other ones?
We can go over that a little later.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
There's nothing that I think would be pertinent right now. So,
believe that's a pass.
Oh, man.
Is a pass.
Whistle.
I read it like it's casting from my own memory.
Yeah. That is depressing for him. He needs to try to save.
Is this my DC or the caster's?
This is the caster's DC.
Okay.
Actually, it's not got a DC, if I remember right, for scrolls. Let me pull up scrolls again. I can't remember if scrolls work the same or differently from magical items, because magical items have no bonus on the DC.
No, yeah, it's exactly as the spell.
Yeah, scrolls caster level +1.
That's the casted. If it,
Oh, no,
if I
yeah,
can't
you're right.
cast
I'm reading the wrong line. Where is that? Where's the other line?
Determine effect, I believe is what you're looking for.
Yeah, assume the scroll's caster level is always the minimum level required, blah, blah, blah. Yep, okay. So it's, yeah, different from the way objects work. That is close, but he will... He will fail. You will see him become much more calm and much more willing to cooperate.
All right, I wanna gauge to see if he's faking or not.
Yeah. You will immediately notice that, like, his eyes are still darting around all of you as he's doing this. He looks relaxed and calm, but he is not in the posture of someone who is. But is that because he succeeded, or is that because that's just how he is?
I mean, yeah. I don't know if it worked. He, look at his posture. Like, it doesn't look relaxed like somebody dominated would.
He just remains silent.
Tell him to take off his robe and jump up and down.
I don't want to see that.
Neither does he. He doesn't want us to see that, I'm sure. Just make him do super embarrassing things. It'll be funny either way.
Do I know the limitations of this spell and all that?
Yes, you know the limit. You know, like, what you can and can't do with the spell, and what might push him to be able to try again. So if you get too far out of what he might be willing to do naturally, he might be able to pull himself out of it.
Yeah, so I'll just let everyone know that if we make him do anything that's against his nature, he will have another chance to pull himself out. And yeah, I say, I think he was pretty much in his nature to tell the truth if his life is on the line, so I'll give him a mental command to speak truthfully. And I'll ask him questions.
I have been trying to eliminate these mind speakers because I discovered them, and I don't like how they look, and I don't like that they all smell like fruits. I think that we don't need these kinds of people in our city, and they should be eliminated.
Holy shit.
They speak in minds, they work only with the dwarves, they have to be evil.
Holy shit.
You know, I wasn't actually expecting that.
I was not at all.
Wow,
That was great.
okay.
That is a twist. I like it.
Thank you.
Should I ask him? I just like I whisper this. Should I ask him about how we would get into his bank?
I think that would be highly against his nature.
That would be against his nature. You know what's not against his nature? Taking money out. So tell him to take money out, but don't tell him to give it to us. Just have him take money out.
He just wants to have money on him.
Just tell him. Well, you don't have to tell him why. Just tell him to take money out.
Maybe we should also ask him why these things might want him killed.
Probably because he's hunting them for no reason,
Yeah,
and he's
'cause
a
he's hunting
racist
them.
piece of crap.
Well, it doesn't hurt to
Yeah,
confirm
yeah,
these
but
things.
yeah, it'd be nice to hear him say why he thinks.
Sorry, what's your name? I don't know if anyone's asked.
Yeah, he will say his name is I'm Honorine Thayer.
Oh, okay. So his name was accurate.
Why do you think these creatures want you dead? Do you think they've discovered your hatred of them?
It's hard to say. I have done a number of problems to the dwarves that they work for, but I also know that I have asked a lot of questions about them and their kin to a lot of people that might be willing to leak information. I was hoping coin might keep them quiet, but sometimes coin is not enough to control people.
As you've seen here today.
Yes, as I have seen here today.
I guess that's why you had such a scroll at your disposal.
Yes.
Should we just try to get him to do it?
Take the money out?
Yeah.
Well, do we want to...
Unless there's anything else you want to ask him, I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, do we actually just not want to work with him now, or do we want to work with him, or what?
I don't care either way. I just want to get paid.
Well, I mean, like, we're not going to be able to work with him if we're just going to make him our slave and drain his funds completely.
Well, I figured we got two choices. We used the scroll to find out the truth, which we did. So we can either work with him if he's willing. Of course, if we're working with him, you're also going to ask him more questions about whether he's going to betray us and kill us. But if we're not going to work with him, we could get the money anyway and walk him directly to the mine takers and let them get their revenge personally, which would also probably give us money. It's all about the money, man. It's all about the money.
And because to try and get everyone on board, we have to convince basically our only holdout.
Yeah, Sylvia, what would you have us do? I know you don't really care about the money, which is baffling, but whatever. What would you like in this situation? What would you have us?
I mean, I'd say we just complete our original mission, kill this dude,
and get nothing out of it.
No, we can drain his bank account.
Okay. Okay, I was a little worried. So at this point, I'm on either side of the fence. I'm happy either way.
I'm because it gets everyone on the same page. I like the idea of trying to drain his account and then kill him.
Well, he did say if we take too much at once, it raises questions. We might not make it out of this apartment if we get too greedy. I will say that. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it could set off alarms if we're like, hey, give us hundreds of thousands. Why not? You know, we could die.
Good sir, what is your withdrawal limit at your bank?
10,000 gold, as spoken before.
A day, a week, a month?
Or maybe a year.
A request for anything greater than 10,000 gold must have a explanation of why the funds are being withdrawn. I would need to produce a sale in order to withdraw such a large number. The bank determines what the approximate amount of time at which another large withdrawal may occur. If they deem them to be too close together in their own, whatever their personal opinions are, they can withhold my ability to withdraw funds of even as little as 200 gold.
So I thought that might be the case.
So I think we could just get safely the 10,000.
Do we really want to extinguish this avenue of someone to work with?
Well, he has access to, I gesture toward the scrolls. He has access to a lot of power. We don't really know what we could get from the mine taker.
We also don't know who he's working with. If he suddenly disappears and all his money with him,
but again, we have to get everyone on board, and that's my only concern is we have to get everyone on board. with the plan.
I think these are both great prospects, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
I'm curious, do you have any personal relationship with the shop or wizard that sells you the scrolls, or do you just buy them with your money?
I do not buy them from a wizard or a shop. I have a specific arrangement with a very specific location. The objects are brought in to me at special request by an association that handles these sorts of affairs.
How long does it take you to get magical items?
It can take as long as 2 months in some cases, depending upon the value of the item and how difficult it will be to bring into the city without the regular people noticing.
Seems like this man would be a powerful ally to have. Gives us, we've been having trouble finding a source for such items should we need them. Seems like this person could be our avenue. Seems like he has a lot of connections.
Keep him dominated? Is he going to want to be our ally after we've dominated him?
Huh, that's a good question.
Might I answer that question? I would be willing to stay your ally under any conditions so long as I get to stay alive. The simple answer to all of your questions, since I'm at least aware that the spell that was cast on me was Dominate, is that I will let you know that it is in my nature to do whatever it takes to survive. Including telling you that it's in my nature that I will do anything it takes to survive.
Yeah, it's not much use.
Is he likely?
What do you mean that's not much use? As a wizard, as an opportunist, you should understand that this is exactly the kind of thing to learn that could be of great benefit to you.
Yes,
but he's likely to betray us if we side with him. Would he betray us in the future?
Probably only if it causes him to stay. Excuse me. Probably only if it causes him to stay alive.
If I felt that any of you were about to cause my demise, I would betray you. Whoa. But if I had no reason to believe that any of you had it out to kill me, I would have no reason to do such thing.
And again, I'm with him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's one person we have to convince.
I'm trying to find a way to double dip right now. Do you have a way of faking your death? Like, could you... I don't know. I don't know anything about magic.
If he fakes his death, though, then he can't really continue doing what he's doing to make money and have influence, so it's not really that useful.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Silvio, it seems like this man could help us gain more power. It does not seem like he's... Perhaps he's physically weak, but it seems like he has.
Well, yeah. So I've been thinking about it. Would it be more interesting, the challenge of taking on these guys, as opposed to just eliminating this weak, sniveling, crying?
Well, this is where I think this is an interesting thing that you proposed. You proposed what might actually be what Silvio would think, which is. This guy is weak and he should die, but then you can find whatever notes he has on these creatures and you can follow up on them yourself. You don't need this. You don't technically need this guy. So keeping him around just seems like it's a loose end you have to keep track of. In the teachings of Lars, you are only as strong as the weakest thing connected to you.
Yeah. So you would definitely want this dude dead.
Yeah.
Like if you're a devout follower, there is no convincing.
Yeah.
Like this is me outside of character.
Right, and that's the problem we run into is where he wants him dead, but we want him alive. The rest of us want him alive.
Oh, I do not care if he's alive or dead.
Yeah.
I was legit when I said get his money and kill him. I don't care. But I would prefer. Like I think we could gain from him being alive too. So I'm literally right in the middle. Whichever way we go, I have no hard feelings.
I mean, I think the only solution. I mean, I guess we could sidebar this so he doesn't hear it. But I mean, I think the only solution is to kill him because that's the only way that all five of us agree on an outcome.
I'm a little iffy on that, but
I mean, I'd like to keep him alive, but I also want to keep everyone cohesive.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything that would potentially convince me. So
I don't know what I'm trying to think. I'm trying to come up with something that would convince you, but
hearing what Steve just said, this dude is he is definitely a weakling.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean,
if something else comes up where
but this is the problem. There are different views of what makes someone weak, and literally this is going off of one view of what makes someone weak, which is they are not physically strong and capable.
Sure, but so you would need to find some way to sell to Silvio that this guy is actually strong, and do so without it reflecting the other sniveling aspects of this person.
I mean, not everyone is capable like you and strong and can just fight to the death and just kill things that come their way. Some people have to rely on other things, whether it be charismatic and being able to convince people to do what they say, being intelligent and knowing when to surrender for the time being and when to fight. I don't think this dude is necessarily just weak just because he decides to surrender. Like, if I have 5 people suddenly surround me, yeah, I'm gonna try to surrender too, because if I were to try to fight in that instant, I will die. I don't have the physical capabilities of taking down 5 people, but given enough time and my charming aspects, I can just bend them to my will over time. Just because he surrendered and is doing whatever it takes to live doesn't make him weak. I'm pretty sure you can agree that you would do whatever it takes to live. It's just in your case that probably happens to be using your bow or weapons and trying to kill things. In his case, he has money. That's his strong suit right now. Doesn't make him weak just because he knows what his strengths are and he's using them appropriately.
And if we use his strengths, they can only strengthen us.
The thing is, there are many definitions of what it can be to be strong in this world, and physical might is not the only one. And if you believe that physical might is the only way to be strong, then you should dump me and Felix right now because we are not physically strong.
Definitely Felix. No, actually, to be honest, Higram is impressed with Felix. Like the last couple of fights, I was like, really? He's doing stuff. Shit.
Also, Silvio, think of it this way. If I gave you my spell component pouch and my book and told you to cast spells, you'd struggle, and I'd be a fool to call you weak. However, give you a bow and a sword, and that's where your strength shines.
Yeah, that asshole naked did about 1/3 of my HP in one round. Like, he's not weak. He's just in a situation where he realizes that surrendering is the strongest option here because talking his way out of this is the only way to survive.
Surrender isn't living.
I mean,
that is part of the Code of Lars. Surrendering isn't living.
Well,
Jesus Christ, this man has an arsenal of spells at his disposal.
And enough wealth to propel us into a much stronger position overall.
And here's a thought, keeping him alive can very potentially, at the minimum, help Felix and I become much stronger with just, the spells and things that we can continue to get from him. Just getting his spell book isn't always the only useful thing that can come of that, so therefore keeping him alive makes people that you travel with on the frequent stronger.
Access to magic items makes us all stronger.
I mean, I feel like you guys would have to more make the argument about how this dude's like following his ideals, risking his life to go after these things that he just doesn't like, as opposed to just that he's a wizard and his strength isn't the same as mine. Like, I feel
he is risking his life.
Well,
here, right?
so I would say actually that since you were able to put it together, and since the other party members are intelligent enough to like be able to piece it together, eventually your argument will lead down that road. The party can start presenting the idea that this is a man who is putting himself and his personal liability in a great deal of danger to try to make the decisions he's making. And whether or not it is about survival is irrelevant if at the end of the day, like, the risk he is taking is still the same. He knows that death is on the table, and at least once here, he is, to some degree, accepted the fact that it is his time to die. He recognizes your power in this situation is greater than his, but he also recognizes the power that he has and his willingness to use it. And I think that is a way that you would be able to, in so many words, convince Silvio of the right path.
Yep, so there you go. I'm convinced now.
Thanks.
Convince yourself.
We could finally.
Yeah, convince myself pretty much, but.
Good job, Self. You did it. Oh, you're welcome.
I'm very disappointed that one of you figured it out. I was really hoping you were going to kill this guy, but.
Well, I mean, I was thinking that the whole time, but I was like, I'm really not sure if it's metagaming if I say it.
I think so. One of the
like in real life, I'm thinking that, but I don't know about in game. I mean, I guess I have a 19 wisdom, so I probably would think of something like that in character.
Yeah, I think you've probably. I think in your head you're probably already thinking about it, and you're encountering these guys. So Silvio probably kind of helps them along the way. Like, you keep offering up the correct opposition that kind of leads them to saying the right thing, knowing that what's another important aspect of strength is being able to teach people how to more effectively use their skills. And so in your kind of deep wisdom, you recognize that this is a teaching experience for your most intellectual members and your most social members. So you'll allow us to continue with this?
I am, yes. It appears so.
Well, for the next several days, you have me at your command.
Do we want this? Do we need this? Yeah.
From that,
show of good faith.
Lame having him dominated. He's like a empty shell almost. It's boring.
I can.
What's your motive in this?
I can provide you.
I told you I liked the guy. I did my part, but he was a genuinely nice and fun guy to hang out with. Okay.
Yeah. Can we actually dispel the dominate part? Like, do we have to keep him dominate? I also don't really care.
You can give him like several commands over and over again that are against his nature. Like, you can tell him to pay one of you a compliment. One of you that's not Luna a compliment.
No, I say we test his mental fortitude just to try ask him to kill himself. If he does it, he does it.
You can't. You very specifically can't command someone to kill themselves.
Oh, okay. I thought it would just give him like to save like automatically.
No, in this case, it specifically says blah blah blah. Where is it? There's a line that says you can't tell
the end, like
themselves.
Something
obviously, self-destructive orders are not carried out.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know.
Should we return his scrolls to him?
Yeah, I think so. They're his.
All right,
sign of good faith.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove. I'm gonna put these back in his drawer. I'm gonna remove these from my character sheet.
He tells you to keep one of the scrolls of sending.
Well, just one. Okay. Very well.
All right. I don't know. I'm not creative enough to come up with things. I just try and I'm gonna fire at things that I think he won't be able to do.
Well, hold on. Before we release him, Do you think it is fair for us to give us a retainer fee for our services, set up a relationship? We've returned your scrolls and are planning to end this domination. I think it's a sign of good faith.
Wasn't he still going to get?
He's already going to pay us like a bunch.
So that's
right.
sort of
I just
want
to make sure that's happening.
Yes, there are 10 grand in assets I will establish for you. In addition, in addition to paying for the heads, I will pay for information as well. Any substantial information you get in progressing towards the motives of these individuals, I will offer you an additional 200 gold.
I suggest we all take less of a pay to compensate for the man we killed. Keep everyone happy about that. We took a man's life. I think it's fair we compensate our new friend here for that.
I mean, it is a good way to build trust.
You mean
so
Eddie? Don't worry about Eddie. Eddie's been looking to die for a little while.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Part of why Eddie
treat us a little more respect.
Part of why Eddie took this job. Eddie's wife left him a long time ago when she found out what he was doing, and he left the gig we were both on. We came to do this one. He thought it would get his life back in order, and his life's just basically got worse. He's had people hunting for him for a while. The only thing really keeping him safe is that we get to stay here. They don't really send attacks here. They don't really send attacks on the boss because it'd work out really bad for them. So.
All right. Then I guess we'll break your enchantment. Something against your nature. Oh, I know it. Tell us how good looking you think Luna is. Go for it. I command you.
Wow.
Against my nature.
Yeah, I didn't like her after she betrayed you.
He's being mean to me.
Luna.
No, I asked him to compliment Felix.
First, he has to follow through. First of all, with what Felix says. So he says, Luna is easily the second most attractive woman I have ever shared a bed with.
Second? Damn.
Who's the first? I ask him.
It hurts because it's the truth.
I mean, that's still pretty. That's stunning.
I once paid a substantial amount of money to have a night with a nymph.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that'll
It's
do.
hard to beat. Hard to beat that.
Those can blind you. I heard with their sheer beauty.
I had to see a cleric afterwards. Did you?
Jesus.
Did you know they don't have the same reproductive organs that we do?
No.
Nope.
What do they have?
I don't want to.
I want to know.
I'm not sure because I had to feel around to discover it.
Oh my god.
But it was a very interesting experience nonetheless.
I think that piques Luna's interest. Boy, this is a crazy experience.
Okay, I'm no longer offended by being second most beautiful.
It means you're the most beautiful human.
Aren't you gonna try to share that experience? Let me get some of that.
Can you share memory?
I don't think I have access to that yet.
You can share one thing though. What it would be like to feel the sensation of being blinded upon looking at a nymph. The exquisite pain, bliss.
Do, anything to me in the process?
No, I mean, so you're not actually seeing the nymph. You're experiencing what it would feel like to have the sensation wash over you of seeing something so beyond the realm of rationally beautiful that your eyes feel like they have nothing left to see.
Okay. Yeah, I would be like, do you mind if I do a little magic to share that experience real fast?
Sure.
Yeah, and I will.
I still wanted to ask him to compliment Felix.
Yeah, just a second. Hold on.
He likes me. I'm being super fair to him.
So the essence of this feeling is, think of your favorite piece of art, a piece that really you could, or not, maybe it doesn't have to be art as in the form of painting, but music or culture or whatever. The thing that kind of lets your mind drift away the most. Imagine that you are enjoying it under the most calming drugs that you've ever felt flow through your body, and the most intense feelings of like joy and pleasure, something like kind of softly massaging you, almost internally, making sure your muscles feel warm and relaxed. Your whole body just kind of gets this kind of limpness to it, as like kind of a raw sense of awe and ecstasy like rush over your body. Your brain struggles to piece together how such a thing exists in the realm of everything else you have managed to see. And in that moment, you feel both amazed, overjoyed, and you wonder if you'll ever be able to see something like this again.
Well, that was fascinating. How much did you have to pay for that, just out of curiosity?
That one, I basically had to lose my commission on a building for. Somebody was in town, they said they had one, I made a deal with them. It was a great place, I lost a lot of money on it. I didn't do the math to try to figure it out because it would have just hurt even more.
I bet.
But God, that smell and that taste, they secrete something that is beyond ecstasy.
Alright, sorry, I'm done with that. Go on with trying to make him compliment Felix or whatever you want to do.
Sure. Give me your best compliment for me. Don't roll dice! I fucking I think killing him is back on the table, gentlemen.
He will look at you and he'll say, "You are one of the worst wizards I have ever seen at understanding exactly how to properly take advantage of a situation for your own personal benefit."
Ooh, I think he got out of the dominate.
This is not a good way to build a relationship after all the things I proposed to.
I mean, he's
Square
true,
you up.
Felix. I mean,
I was proving the spell worked. Or didn't work in your case. I'm free now.
Sure.
Alright, fine. Let's go.
Go.
I mean, aren't we gonna go and are we gonna try and find these things now?
I mean,
What?
not tonight.
Money?
I guess that's true.
I think we're owed our retainer fee.
Yeah, money.
Oh yeah. I guess
Yes,
that's
yes. Let me go get your retainer fee. And he will start to head toward. He'll try to like get up and start to move towards his office.
Insight or gauge or insight.
I mean, I'll just
Gauge.
follow him.
He's going for the bag that you already have.
You can.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
let's do
going
it.
for the office. Like he's going to get the money. That's where he said the money was.
I'm just gonna follow him.
Okay. Yeah, he goes into the. You can follow him into the office.
I'm gonna stay and watch the guard.
He'll like look at you because he's tied up. Can you do
I
something?
untie him.
He'll walk over to the desk and open up the drawer. And then he'll immediately turn and look at you. "Oh no, I've been robbed. However, will I explain this to your friends?"
I give it back the money so he can present it to us.
Man, you're so much different. I would have been like, this lying motherfucker murder.
While he's gone, I'm going to whisper to Silvio. I'm still on board with murdering this man now.
He'll come back with the bag of gold. After, of course, he before you leave, Silvio, he will actually reach over and he will grab one of the books off the shelf, open it up, and pull a smaller bag out and hand it specifically to you.
All right.
No, I'm not. Sorry, not Silvio. Rusty.
Oh,
God.
okay.
And he will
like,
Oh
probably
boy.
something bad handed it to me.
he will lean into you and he will say, if they start feeling like they betray me, I will give you everything I have to live through this. Everything.
Well, I'll certainly do my best to prevent that from happening.
What you hold in your hand right now is worth my weight in gold. But you can't sell it. No one can afford to buy it. But it will come in handy at some point in the future, if you can properly research it.
Can I ask? Oh, okay. I was about to ask, what is it?
Remember that encounter with the nymph I spoke of?
Yep.
The nymph didn't stay with us for much longer. This is part of the essence of that creature. It is very, very powerful. Capable of empowering certain spells at a level unlike any others could achieve. I noticed that you have a few vials at your waist. Someone like you could take good advantage of that in the right situation.
I'll certainly investigate it. And I will keep you in my thoughts as an alive ally.
Good man. And he'll come out and he'll hand you guys the gold. Now, remember what I discussed. I have to put in the request for the 10 grand right now. This is the money up front to confirm our agreement, and you're welcome to spend the evening here if you don't trust me.
Well, I'm sure one of us might.
I'll spend the evening here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What happened to the guard, by the way? You didn't kill him, did you?
Oh, he's probably just tied up still in the dumpster.
Someone should likely go down and retrieve him or something, because if he's awake, we're gonna need to make sure he doesn't remember what happened, or that he... I don't want to kill the man. He's a good guy. He's got kids.
Maybe Higram can bring him up. I can't lift the guy.
Can you trust your
Maybe
your
someone
guard
just
here to
go
get him?
down first and see if he even remembers anything or saw anything. Did he see anything?
He must have seen something. Right? Didn't we go and... Well, oh no, Felix cast sleep on him, right?
Yeah, when he turned away.
His guard in here belongs in the building. If he goes and gets him, his bodyguard. If he goes and gets him, the guard downstairs won't be freaked out because he comes and goes from the building.
Fair point. Fair point. I'll send him down. Can I untie him? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It was just so we could get in and talk to you.
He'll untie his guard. He'll send his guard down. His guard will go down there, open things up, and explain. Man, did you see what happened? You guys can hear this from the window because the I guess you might not be able to, but he'll tell you the story anyway when he comes back up. Dude, you were heading inside, and this guy, as he explains the story, he took his friend's body, took off his clothes, scratched up his face and the rest of his body really bad, and then laid it out in the alleyway. This guy, came over to try to get into the building, and they quickly cast the spell on you, but this group of people, they came up, and they protected the building. They saw what had happened to you, but you'd fallen asleep. They didn't know quite what to do with you, and they couldn't get into the building, so they wanted to keep you safe, so they put you inside of the bin down here. I've been watching the alley for some time, but, I couldn't leave my post. You know how it is, I can't violate my boss. So I came down to let you out as soon as I could get on break. Thank you. Oh, still so tired. Very limited air. Well, your relief will be here soon. Let's get you set up for right now. I'll keep an eye on things for the time being. Thanks, Blake. I appreciate it. The guy will come back up and explain to you the situation. It seems like he believes it. We should be fine.
All right. So how much are we getting up front?
So up front, there is 2,000 gold.
So it's
Okay.
400 apiece.
Yep.
And the next day you'll get another 10,000. So you guys can, so you guys can split that amongst yourself as well.
So it's then 2,000 apiece.
Yep.
Total?
Yeah.
Well, cumulatively, then it becomes
400?
2,400.
Oh, okay. Sure. I gotcha. I don't know why I can't do math.
No, that's fine.
Is it fine though?
Yeah.
And with that exchange of money, let's go ahead and take a short break.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance.
So, the party finds itself a lot more wealthy, and can rest up over the course of the next day to get their level. So if you guys want to hit that,
Hit points.
hit those hit dice button.
Right.
Ooh.
Ah,
Nice.
Damn,
Where is it?
No.
Rusty,
okay,
you can re-roll because that is a 1.
Actually, I roll 1d8
God.
instead of 1d10.
Yeah, just re-roll it as a D10 because it always rolls your first class for some reason.
So all of my last levels, motherfucker.
I thought we corrected the other two.
We might have. I don't remember. My memory's shit.
Have I?
It probably would have ended up less.
Okay, guys, I've officially rolled max hit points for all 3 levels.
Higram wins. Also.
Well, yeah, I don't think Higram wins compared to the max HP for all the levels.
Yeah.
Literally levels 1, 2, well, I mean 1 is given, but 2 and 3 I have both rolled max hit points.
Yeah, you all did very well on hit points there.
All right, don't forget your +1 for your favorite class, guys.
Yep. And
Yep.
yeah.
The one way Higram does not get it.
What are all our hit points at? I'm just curious. How much health does everyone have?
38.
Oh, damn.
41.
Damn.
Mad.
This should
What
put
are
you
you
guys
at?
at level 4, correct?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
guys got way
what-
too much
what are you
experience
at?
this last time around.
I have
Wait.
33.
Shoot, did I never... Maybe I... Crap.
You level an anti-paladin this level, right, Higram?
No, swashbuckler.
Oh, okay. I don't have enough room for all of your classes on the little...
Sorry.
Minifigs.
You got to use acronyms now. SB for swashbuckler, AP for anti-paladin.
It's just going to be hieroglyphics at a certain point.
Yeah. Eyeball for wizard. Something.
Write it in wingdings.
Right. Oh, I don't.
Well, I'm a level 4 monk.
Good. That's easier to put on the screen.
Certainly the least amount of
Fine.
characters.
At one point, I was working on something where I was annoyed because there were not enough things on that for all the multi-classing necessary.
That was not a thing I meant to do.
All right. Well, with a new day and some new goals. The first request that he will have of the 5 of you is that you track down and eliminate the person who asked you to eliminate him. And the more details you can get as you do so, the more money it's worth to you.
I guess we want to try this one out. We know about where he goes, about when he goes.
Well, I mean, we tell him we did it. We get him to meet us somewhere. Then we eliminate him, right? But I mean, we got to figure out some way where he doesn't read your mind.
I don't think that's. I honestly don't know if that's a possible. How do I say this? A possible sequence of events.
Wow.
I think what's gonna happen is we're if I go there with some amount of backup, or the same people that he saw me with, just tell me where to go, and I'll never see him again. He'll be like, this is where you have to go, and these are the people you have to talk to. I won't be why would he tell me that? Unless it's very private, he wants to set up a meeting place. I guess could happen. But
Would you want to set up a neutral meeting place? I mean, seems like it'd be a common request.
Can I guess what I could do is we could go to the place that we know that he goes and leave a letter. That's our only way to correspond with him, right?
Roll Pavan's. If Pavan got another hit die at this point, roll Pavan's. But did you take? I
got a bunch of syntax errors.
Did you take the feat that you need to take for him to have gained a level?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took Boon Companion.
Yep, that's the one. Yep. Okay. So just roll it manually.
Okay. I was trying to just type it so that I didn't interrupt everything.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, you wanted to. What was your plan? I'm sorry. I thought I would retain that. It dropped immediately.
My initial plan is, since I don't have a way to contact him, is that I just leave a letter. That's we did what you asked, but we need to meet up in private, and I suggest some where do we want to meet up with him? Do I just give him a suggestion?
How are you going to leave him the letter?
I'm gonna leave it to the butcher or whatever.
Okay.
And pay him to the fishmonger and pay him some amount of money to give it to the guy, which I don't think will be that hard of an ask. It's just a letter he's giving to the guy.
I'm not gonna get any trouble for this, am I?
No. This is what he needs. This is what he wants. So this is what I'm giving him.
All right, now how much are you paying me? I don't message your service for free.
Is there a check? Is there a gate? Is there a praise? Can I do
you can give me a
praise
to try to figure out about what his secrecy might be worth based on what his income is? Yeah, you figure 5 gold would be sufficient. It's a pretty good salary considering the fish that he sells.
I shall give him that amount. I will offer him 5.
Yeah, he'll take it and he'll put it aside. I'll make sure he gets it.
I guess we have it. The letter. Do we is there a place we want to choose? I don't know the map, or I don't know a place somewhere secluded. is there like a secluded area we could like choose?
Yeah, so before you deliver, we might need to do like knowledge local to find somewhere good, right?
Yeah, can I do knowledge local to find like a place that might be like less scrutinized by?
Yeah, absolutely.
People?
Yeah, so you will specifically to be close enough to where he would be, because you notice that you know that he probably doesn't leave the Myers, but you know specifically of a spot. It's sort of considered neutral ground for those people who want to make exchanges in your business, those people who are dwarven but still want to make exchanges in your business, your kind of exchanges. And there's a sort of policy that goes there of trust. It's like a fair meeting place. You do know, though, that if you meet there and if you shed his blood there, you'll be violating, like, the agreements. But that's there. Doesn't have to be there.
Is there some other place that's not in the Myers that might be?
You know, he probably won't leave the Myers.
He won't leave the Myers?
Yes, he is linked to one of these dwarves. And one of the higher dwarven families, so he's not likely to leave the Myers.
Well, I don't think we have many other options other than that. As I explained that to the party.
It's also probably the only place he'd be willing to meet with you anyway.
That's. I think we just have to accept this. Does anyone have any other ideas or?
So. What was the downside? We can't do business in this area.
If we kill him there, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah. If you kill him there, you're doing a bad thing to the Thieves Circle, and you're doing a bad thing to the dwarves. Like, you'll create a huge problem.
So are we killing them there, guys?
I mean, that's what we're signing up for. So I don't think we're gonna have. We're not gonna get out of this. I don't think there's gonna. This is gonna happen to us at some point.
Well, you'll lose access to your black market, right?
Yep. That will officially drop you from the black market if you kill him there.
And I mean,
can I try to come up with some other place that like might be just near the Myers that might be like he might be willing to go outside of?
There are other ways to do this other than killing the person at one location while still going to that location.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably try and figure out like where he goes besides that fish market and kind of find him that way, maybe.
How would they even know you did it, or you're the one responsible behind it for careful?
The letter, right? The only way to get him there.
I mean, I guess if he shares that letter with other people, yeah.
The Circle, as you would know, Rusty, the Circle always has a way of getting information when they need information. And if somebody violates the trust of the trading post, they're gonna be found.
Could I guess you're probably not gonna have an answer for this, but I guess then the open question would be like, could we? This is probably not been for you. It's probably for the party. Could we, like, say like we need to bring him? We meet him in the Myers, but say we have to show him something. Can we come up with some excuse that we have to show him? Like some complication happened. Like, could we come up with something that like would cause him to have to leave? Like that's.
So I feel that that if we meet up with him in any way, he'll have potential access to our mind to know what's going on. Yep. So essentially, we want to.
Not necessarily.
I mean, unless we have some way to protect our minds. Yeah.
If we combine our funds, we can give Rusty a ring of mind shielding. We can share this ring, especially it would be useful for going up against these people. Should protect his mind if he shows up to meet them, and we're all.
And,
we never
and,
really agreed.
and he would lead them to us, and we kill him.
Maybe.
Okay.
We don't really have to kill these guys, though. I mean,
well,
that's another thing. We could knock him out and bring him somewhere else to kill him, so he's not dead in that area to violate your.
Well, I would think that knocking him out, dragging him away, and killing him would still violate.
Would that violate it, Steve? Would knocking him out?
If you commit an act of violence on him in that area, it will violate it.
Okay. I won't dance. I'm not going to dance around the letter of the law. Is what we're attempting. I mean, that's what that's attempting to do. Yeah. So I guess what we could try to do is we could try to get this ring. I could try to say we did it, but I need to show you something. Get him to follow. I mean, I don't know. What do you? I can't come up with a better idea.
How much is a ring of mind shielding?
Unless you can get it cheap, or we can steal one. It's about 8,000 gold.
Where are we gonna find that in the city?
Our new friend.
Oh, if we can get one from him, you mean? Yeah.
Or he has connections.
It might take him some time to get it.
I forgot about him.
I mean, maybe he made one already
that
we can borrow.
Mind things, yeah.
Because I mean, he's going after these guys. Maybe he actually has one.
In a safety.
Is there anything mundane that blocks this type of mind stuff?
That is an interesting question. Can I get a knowledge alchemy check from somebody?
I know about nature.
I'm making a knowledge my barbarians my past lives as a barbarian.
You don't have that that headband.
Wait, what do you mean? Is there
craft alchemy? Sorry, craft alchemy.
Craft alchemy.
Yep.
Actually, I think I can do that check. Well, actually, I can do any check I want to because of the thing I have. But I think there's an ability that the empiricist has that lets have a bonus to that. I forget. When using craft alchemy, to know. Oh right, I can identify things.
I definitely can't.
I mean, I can roll craft alchemy.
I was just like, man, tinfoil hat, let's go.
So you can think of, there's nothing that will entirely block mind affecting, but there are things that can give you additional resistance to mind affecting conditions. So, for example, having some meditation tea before the encounter would give you a alchemical bonus against any sort of mind affecting effects for about 10 minutes.
I don't know. We got to come up with some way to get him out of that. Get him out of the mires. I can't come up with a different idea.
Well, I mean, it's not that we can't kill him in the mires. It's that we can't kill him in that specific spot of the mires.
Yes, it's that you can't kill him on the trading ground.
Is there anybody who's good enough to follow him when he leaves? We could set up. Rusty can go meet him. Oh no, yeah, Rusty can go meet him. We can set up posts, and then we can watch the direction he leaves, and then somebody who's not me can sneak and follow him.
What
clang, clang.
Did he ask you to bring proof, or was he just planning on reading your mind to know that it was the truth?
He did not ask. As far as I remember, he did not ask for any proof.
Yeah, so
I think his
proof
was
just
that I just
read your mind. Yeah,
he's probably gonna just read my mind.
He's gonna be like, "Hey, take off that ring right quick." Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty odd, right? When he's expecting to read my mind and he's suddenly unable to. That's gonna be a pretty a red flag.
You would easily have an excuse I know what your abilities are, so I didn't want you to get any extra information you didn't pay for, or something like that. That's an easy excuse. That would make sense.
I've got an idea. What if when he goes there, there's nobody there?
Because I'm invisible?
Rusty doesn't show up. and then you follow him when he leaves.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Then you don't need mind shielding or anything. We just stay back far enough where his mind can't reach you.
Yeah, I like
just
it.
Follow him when he leaves.
Well, I mean, we could just do that. We could follow him out of the fishmonger. Is that in the merchant? Is that in the district that we can't deal with him in?
It's not the whole district that you can't deal with him in. It's in one place that you said, I want to find a place where he'd be willing to meet with us to talk about this. And that would be the place 100% he'd be willing to meet with you.
And so it's like a district of a district?
No, it's like a small area. So there's basically like an alley area that you go into, and it's kind of agreed that people make deals here that are of a questionable nature. And so like it's that there has to be some code of honor among thieves, otherwise the whole system kind of breaks down. And so this is a place where you go when you're trying to like make a deal that both parties have to be like on the same page about. And it's always watched by people. So it's not like you can wait till they leave immediately and just stab them in the back and be like, well, didn't kill you in there. Got him.
He left the alley.
Well, so that's what I was saying. We could do it outside of the fishmonger, right? We could wait till we know he's going to go to the fishmonger and ambush him.
I mean, you could, but you need to be quick about it because there are still people that might say something or guards that might do something.
Like, there's a group just gangbanging through the middle of the street.
I don't know. All right. So what is our current going plan then?
We either follow him from the fish market and murderize him in between the two areas, or when he goes to the alley, nobody's there, and when he leaves the alley to return, but he'll be on alert. He's gonna know something's weird if you don't show up. He might think you got snatched up, or he might know it's a trap.
I think I like ambushing him outside or nearby he does the fish thing.
How far is the fish place from the place that would be the meetup?
Quite a ways.
So we could set up somewhere in between there. I mean, that's
okay, here's what you're saying. So what we could do is I could meet him at the fish thing, lead him toward you guys.
No, there's no need. If you leave the note, he gets the note. He knows to meet you at the location. So when he goes toward the location, we're already halfway between the two. So we just need somebody on lookout to see which exact direction he's taking. We cut him off and that's that.
I guess that works, assuming that he goes direct from the fishmonger to the thing.
No, what it is we have one person following him with some way to contact the group, and the group is at the halfway point.
That would work, because then he could adjust wherever we need to be exactly.
Yeah, we would just need somebody who can stealthily follow him, and can also get a message to the group somehow.
And it has long distance telepathy.
I mean,
suppose someone gets a message to the group quickly, because there's not a lot of options for that.
Does anybody have a spell? Like they could write something in the sky or make a emblem in the sky or something like that?
As long as you know where you are, you can use if I can see you, it's within 140 feet. I could send you a message.
I think this is the point. They would be far enough away you wouldn't be able to see them.
140 feet is quite a distance.
Yeah, because they're talking like ambushing someone like in a route that could be like, who knows, maybe up to a mile away. And trying to get a message to let them know what direction they're going.
I thought they just wanted warning that he's like approaching or something.
No, they wanted like a heads up of like what route he's taking so that they can like intercept, basically.
Yeah, well, because we can't know the way that he is gonna take, and we don't have like any way to like specifically set up a specific way to make him go, like cause a detour or something. Like we don't really have a way to do that.
I mean, he goes to and from this fish place 2 days a week. Why don't someone try to, I don't know, like follow him and see what route he takes? I'm sure he usually takes the same route because he does this like clockwork 2 days a week. And then when we get an idea of what his pattern is, then just ambush him one day on his pattern. Find like a good spot, like on the route he normally goes.
Yeah, that works too. But he might have set up his route for safety question mark. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, we could, well, first off, does anyone in the party have the skill set to be able to watch this dude and have stealth?
I mean, I have.
How's your
If
perception?
If we have a few days to spare, I can buy a scroll to try and learn invisibility. To try and...
I already know invisibility.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I also had something similar. I also have reduced person by that.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean, in whichever one you guys would be most qualified, yeah. I mean, we could check it out. Check him out like 2 days in a row, see if he goes the same route.
All right, works for me.
Okay. So yeah, you
But again,
can.
it wouldn't be.
So that we
2
don't need to
days in
leave a note, so
row,
that we're not leaving.
They're
a
not.
note.
Yeah, but it's 2 days in a week, not 2 days in a row.
I
because-
mean, it's the exact same thing. I meant 2 days
Yeah,
of
I'm
him
just-
going that route.
I'm just confirming that was what it is. So yeah, so Rusty, you can, you guys can set up the arrangement, or the conditions to track him. Rusty, you can hang out at the place. Are you going there invisible? You said.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there invisible.
Okay.
Just for the record, I don't know if you want to track the amount of days that pass, but I'd be trying to learn spells during all these days.
Yeah. There are, I believe it's 3 days right now between when this guy comes back to this fishmonger. So if you want to give me a couple of checks for the spells you want to try to learn.
Yeah, can I do it at the end? Just I'm just
Sure.
getting all the DCs down.
That's fine.
While you do that.
So Rusty, you're going invisible?
Yeah.
Okay. And give me a stealth check to go along with that invisibility. Okay.
I'm probably gonna use inspiration since
Okay.
I know a bunch of it. So let me click on my character real quick.
Cool. So you are like hanging out off to the side somewhere, and give me a perception as well to go along with that stealth as you're keeping an eye out. Ooh, very good. You will actually notice from where you're at, you get like a really good position, hidden behind a couple of things, and you're keeping your eyes open. And you will notice that before the person starts to get close, he casts a spell. Do you have any ranks in spellcraft?
No.
Okay. But his eyes will kind of dart around after he casts the spell, and he'll start kind of moving towards coming around the building, and walk around a few different places. And I will give you a gauge check here as well.
Oh, like, do I think this is normal?
So you notice that he is moving in a very sort of weird pattern. Like he doesn't go straight to it. He like kind of winds around a bit, and he's got like his eyes being very careful about sweeping around certain areas. And I think it's there that your brain kind of kicks in. He might have some way to see me, even through my invisibility.
Hmm.
That might be related to what the spell is, or maybe like some kind of thought finder thing, or magic finder thing, or invisibility finder thing. But it seems like his eyes look a bit different. They've got like a little bit of a tinge of light to them. And he is definitely like slow scanning the area for things.
Could I try to get like up on like a roof or something? I
Yeah,
don't know.
you can give me an athletics or acrobatics check. Yeah, so you like scurry, kind of like putting yourself between two really close together buildings, and like shim yourself up onto the top of one of the buildings, and his eyes will kind of scan across the area. And he'll stand there for a moment looking at something. And then he'll like turn and head into the building.
Which building?
The fishmonger.
Fishmonger. Okay.
Yep.
I just keep watch, like eagle eye on the.
Yeah, and this is before you guys have set up the location, right? You're doing this scouting before the note is given to him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So
when he comes out of the building, I'm gonna drink a. Where is it here? I keen senses.
Okay.
So I forget. I have to see what it does. It's like a perception thing.
Yep. +2 to your perception and low light vision, or double low light vision. So yeah, you can start following him. That will work out well. Give me both a stealth and a perception check.
Can I drink? I didn't think about this. I can drink other multiple extracts.
You can.
I don't. Stealth is based on what skill? It's based on dexterity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet. Let's try this.
Excellent.
I haven't gotten this one yet.
So you drink the cat's grace to go along with it, and yeah, I think you've got a macro on there for it. So
yeah,
go ahead.
So
go ahead and give me your stealth and perception.
I am the one who stealths in the night.
You are easily able to keep your eyes on him and follow behind him. And he takes a rather unusual path down a few different areas. And you notice, like, the way that he's taking some of these paths, and you have your eyes open. So you recognize that there is somebody that happens to be looking out a window as you prepare. Like, you're starting to move towards an alley, and somebody's got, like, a window open, and they're, like, staring out the window into the alleyway. And so you can take a different route. But in order to take that different route, if you want to, I'm going to require a new perception check. You'll keep your stealth check, but you'll need a new perception check. Otherwise, you can try to sneak down that alley, but you will need a new stealth check.
Oh, wait, sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Did you want to? No, that would be correct. Perception would be if you want to go down a different alley. Stealth would be if you want to go down.
Oh, no, I'm going to stay with the...
Okay. Well, then you'll need to... I guess either one of those checks will work. It's just dependent upon which way you wanted to do it. So you can slip your way down that alley behind him, keeping a careful eye on the person who's looking at you and making sure you kind of move from point to point, following very, very carefully. And after a little bit, he will come up to another alley that is very similar to the last one.
I guess I continue to keep watch on him.
Yep. Which way do you want to try to, again, follow close to him but try to avoid sight, or
I'll
take an alternate route? Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
Yep. Okay.
Is your cat's grace still going on?
Yeah, it is. I just low rolled.
Yeah, that was a 5.
I have with the plus 11.
You will hear a whistle from the window. And the blueberry scented man will stop, and he will just kind of lean against the wall.
Can I roll a gauge?
Yes.
A
10 is enough to know you beefed it. He will not move so long as you are still in the area.
All right. More rooftops.
They will watch. They'll see you climb the wall. There's literally a pair of eyes on you right now.
Okay. Can I walk off sight of him, drink a disguised self potion extract? I don't know if that will work, actually.
Yes, I'll let you do it, but this is going to be a bit of a challenge, because then you're going to have to find which way the guy went. Because if you walk out of sight, the guy is going to pick up and start walking, so you might lose him. But you can attempt this. I'll need a disguise check, and then I will need a perception check.
Do I even roll disguise for this?
Disguise self only allows you to create the appearance of somebody different, but you need to also have the mannerisms that you're not like the same guy in a disguise looking to find the exact same person.
I thought that'd be more bluff than anything else, but I can do...
No, disguise. So disguise actually, if you look in disguise, it explains that like the whole disguise skill is not simply your appearance, but it is your ability to like take on the persona of someone else.
All right. Well, then actually in this case, I'm just gonna not do that since I don't really have great disguise.
Okay. Well, disguise self does give you a bonus when you do it, if I remember correctly.
Oh, does it?
Plus 10 or something.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
Yeah, you get a plus 10 on your disguise check.
I'll just put that in then. All right. So I walk off screen. I give you this disguise check.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah.
Oh, you put the bonus in there already?
Yeah.
And then you can give me one more perception check.
Please, God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You just barely managed to pick him out of the distance, and you can continue following him back to a very unusual building. This, considering what he's supposed to be coming to pick up this fish for, this place does not seem like the home of somebody wealthy. This seems like it's a very nondescript building. There's no windows, one door, no signage, no people. And he opens up the building and heads inside.
I mean, I guess that's what I wanted. I wanted to see where he went.
Yep.
And
I will mark the building on the map for you.
Good job.
That was very close. Building is not that big.
It's a huge building.
You're right, it does look weird.
So huge.
Gigantic.
Okie dokie. And just for my sake, could you mark where the fishmonger is?
Yes, the fishmonger.
Yeesh.
It's a very big fishmonger.
Yep. Is a big fish in a small pond.
Is right over here. I'm sorry, a little closer, more like here. So he kind of like leaves, goes down the alley here, then goes across the alley here, and then comes down and into this building.
All right, I guess then I relay that. I leave.
Yep.
I relay that information to the party. And so what? So as a plan is to like ambush him on the way?
Well, we want to see if next time he
next time he goes to the same location?
Yeah, or if he changes his route, because that'll be important as to the plan.
Should be a lot easier though, because
if I know where he's going.
Yeah, you can kind of like hide out somewhere in between, and you don't have to follow him, which is the hard part. If he passes you, he uses the same location. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Right.
Well, it'll be a few days before he can try again. So I guess go ahead. You guys are not done talking about it.
And so you said there was people watching the alleys?
No, I don't.
Each alley had a person watching the alley exclusively. So there's somebody with an open window that was looking out the window and keeping an eye on the alley.
It looks like they literally have setups of people watching when he goes back and forth to make sure he's not being followed.
So yeah, we'll want to make note of where those are too to obviously avoid that.
Or we go in there and we kill them, and then we're watching the.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not opposed to murder, but for to get our target.
Well, yeah, I thought you wanted money too. That's more heads of these things, right?
That's true. I guess that's true. If they are what they are, if that's what they actually are, if they're these things.
Did you see? Was it a dwarf or was it one of the other things?
Did I see
or...
like anything out of the people
from the distance you were looking? You just noticed that they were looking. You didn't get a good look at what their facial structure looked like.
Yeah, I forgot.
They're a few floors up. You're like kind of standing across the alley or across the street from where the alley is, like looking up at them. You don't really get a great view.
Yeah, so I think
he wasn't able to get like a silhouette though, like a slender, taller thing, or like a shorter.
I mean, it's obviously like normal person height because it's like leaned out the window, but it's just a head. Very difficult to get a lot of detail off of a head from a distance.
Gotcha. So it could be any medium creature essentially.
Yeah, but it has to be a medium creature because it's capable of like having its head stuck out the window at like regular height. It's not like got its head like way down here and it's like I'm looking over the edge of the windowsill.
Yeah, so it could be either because they're both medium.
Yeah.
Okay then. So I guess we're gonna just do our own thing for 2 more days, and then 3 more days. So I guess in that interim period.
Wasn't it like not that many days when we had to meet back with
It was a week, so 10 days.
Oh, a week. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, for some reason I was thinking it was like 5 days.
Nope, the times will kind of coincide close to each other. So,
in the interim period, can I check out this thing that the man gave me?
Yeah, you can. It is a bag of like sparkly dust.
Can I try to? I don't even know. Can I try to identify it? Can I try to like figure?
Give me
out?
Give me a knowledge or a craft alchemy check.
Sure thing.
It's actually vampire dust.
Yeah, so you're looking at it, and this is definitely unknown to you. Very foreign in origin. It looks like a dust, but it kind of doesn't move like a dust. When you like open it up a little and you kind of watch it move back and forth, it has like an almost fluid movement to it. But it's still dust, but it looks like it's kind of like bonded together in its dusty form.
Just because I want to test it. Like, is there like a decent amount of it? Is it like?
It's a small bag. So this is probably enough for only one application in some kind of recipe. But I mean, taking a few grains of it or like pushing at it, touching it won't necessarily ruin it entirely.
Right. I was like, can I put a couple? I was thinking, can I put like a pinch of grains of some of the grains in like an extract and see how it responds? Or is that not even enough for that to even be irrelevant?
You could take a very tiny bit, but you don't know if it would have any impact. But you could give it a try and see what would happen.
Yeah, I guess I'll try it.
Okay.
Or beyond it. No.
You pinch the tiniest amount of this out of there, and what are you going to apply it to? What extract?
I guess just so I could test. The easiest thing I could test with it would be expeditious retreat.
Okay. You can add a little bit to it, and it has no effect.
Okay. Can I use some kind of knowledge local to determine who I might think knows any more about?
Sure. Give me a knowledge local. No. This is super rare. I mean, it makes sense that you wouldn't know anybody who knows something quite as unique as this. But you do know that there is somebody else I think he knows. Oh no, maybe he doesn't. I don't think Felix has talked about what Felix's real goals are, right? Yeah. But you do know that it's supposedly very, very valuable. And sharing how valuable it is with other people might make them envious of it themselves.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to share it until I know what I'm dealing with.
Well,
but I guess
perhaps it's an item the GM gave you for much later in the game, and eventually you might come across information to help you solve
that is exactly what I am going on.
Just leave it unguarded in your house. It'll be fine.
I will not do that.
Or maybe if you taste it, you'll gain knowledge on how to use it.
Just pour the whole bag in
aside from that, Steve, what should I refer to it as in my gear?
It is a bag of nymph dew.
Nymph dew code red.
Is it one dew or two?
Nymph. Can't spell nymph.
NYMPH.
I got
it just looks wrong every time you type it out.
Yeah, I in fact, that's exactly what I thought when I was typing it.
Does anybody else have stuff they want to do over the couple of passing days besides just researching scrolls?
Well, I definitely want to exchange this currency. So I'm not carrying around pounds and pounds of gold.
All right.
Yeah, I also just did that.
Yep. You can do it with your good friend, the shopkeep. Because of the arrangement you and he have, Higram, he will easily be willing to exchange you guys' gold for whatever coins you need. Have you come across anything else interesting that I could try to sell?
Unfortunately, no. We got caught up in some nonsense. So we haven't been out exploring the ruins recently, but soon we should be able to. I'll see what I can find and bring you back.
Good, I'm looking forward to it.
How have you been? Have you gotten anything interesting in the shop?
No, I do not have customers as good as you. A few come in every once in a while, but they have a very short life expectancy. They go down, they find things, they sometimes don't come back after the first finds, and nothing that they find is ever really all that interesting. My last crew was out of the park. They were running the dungeon entrance over there, and very strange group. Very, very drug-interested group. And I presume they probably got high down there, and you know how those people end up being. Silly people that worship the mistress and all.
I was gonna say, if you have an in with where these people are going exactly, if you can get some information for where they're going and dine and just leaving all that loot laying around, then perhaps I or we could get it and bring it to you. There's no sense in just laying there on the floor.
I'll be a little more inquisical, if of course this information is worth anything to any individual.
Well, I mean, you'll be the one getting the stuff as well.
No. You'll be getting some part of it too. There should be a little bit of a finder's fee.
Okay, that sounds fair. So what are you looking at? 10% off the top? You tell me where to go. We go get it.
Yeah, let's call it 10%. If you can come back with it, I'll take my cut, and you can have the rest. I think that's more than reasonable.
All right, keep me in the know.
I will.
All right, I'll take off.
Did Luna have anything she wanted to do over the days of break time?
I'd just probably be at the temple. I'd probably bring the temple that memory I got. I don't know if they have anything similar to that, so I would offer it if they want it.
They will most certainly take that memory from you with a great deal of joy, and in fact, they will offer you something quite valuable in exchange. me find this real quick. Where is this? This is the thing. Yeah, I find this stupid. I wrote it down. I'm gonna start doing more copying links to things and putting them in my notes. I did it with a couple of things and it was great. What is this? Maybe I'm just not reading this correctly. No, that's not it. Well, I'll describe it for now. So they will offer you a very small crystal that they procure. They will set it down on the counter. With finding information like this, I can't. I can hardly contain myself. Do you think that you could... Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. You're aware of the share memory spell, right?
Yes.
Such a disappointing limitation it has. So short, so brief. Only a minute. What really can you experience in just a minute?
True.
This is a focus, you might say, that extends the amount of time, but it has a bit of a weird drawback. You're bound to what you experience. This will allow you to truly experience what happens. It will create the vision, the memory in the crystal. You and the person sharing it with you will share the experience together. It can last for as long as an hour.
Interesting.
But it is rather dangerous. Do not share memories of death. So if someone wishes to share with you the experience of them being killed, you will die. You are directly experiencing the experience within the crystal. Your psyche is stored within it, creating an artificial experience of the situation. This provides the most authentic experience you can have. But side effects.
Sure.
But I assure you, it's how I know. Getting stabbed is a much greater delight than you might. Blood feels so good as it pours out of you, as it drips down your fingers as you hold it, hoping desperately that it won't leave your body too quickly. Oh, such ecstasy. If you can time it just right, you get it right to that moment, right before your eyes would close for the last time, but not so far that they actually do. Ooh, it's so good. But you have to be careful, and you have to pay attention. This is a unregulated crystal, and the equipment to regulate it is here. But it will store one until you bring it back here and we can copy it.
Okay.
If you could acquire something with this, I would not only be grateful, the church would not only be grateful, but the mistress would be oh so grateful.
Is there something in particular you're wanting me to acquire?
Well, whatever you got this memory from, if we could have the raw experience.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I'll end up blind from that experience. Will the church also help facilitate reversing that for me?
If you really want to,
I mean, it'd
think
be
of the
kind of hard to keep doing what I do if I can no longer see.
But blindness is such a unique opportunity. You can feel what it's like to know what sight is and then not know what sight is anymore. To experience the world with a whole set of lack of eyes. That sounds fantastic. But if you really must have your sight back, we can recover it for you.
I would prefer to have it back. I mean, I'll experience a little bit of being sightless, but I'd prefer to get it back. I'm probably going to have to promise the person I would be experiencing this with that I can give him his sight back as well, or else I don't think he'll agree. I know, but
people just do not understand the value that you get being able to feel these things. Oh, everybody wants so quickly to have their conditions be gone. No one lives with their illnesses anymore. No one lives with their disabilities anymore.
Poke his eye out.
The world was so much better back when people didn't have a leg every once in a while.
What?
Okay. Well then, so we're clear to remove blindnesses will be able to be acquired?
Yes. You are able to cast the share memory spell, correct?
I do not believe I have access to that yet.
Oh, what seems to be stopping you?
I mean, out of character, I haven't taken it because I was told that I would be getting it from the mistress in character.
Keep going.
Well, I don't think the mistress has actually granted me that ability yet.
You're not one of the clergy, I assume, then?
No, I am not.
Yes. I believe you'll be finding an awakening from your... What is it? You have a weasel you keep along with you, right?
No, I am a raven.
I'm sorry. Yes. Like your name sake. Sorry. I just had a wonderful memory of a weasel. Sorry.
Okay.
The bird should be speaking it to you sooner than you might expect.
Interesting.
Perhaps with the morning air, you might find your raven has more to tell.
I will indeed look forward to that.
Yeah, and you will gain the share memory spell.
Cool.
You have unlocked a significant enough memory to achieve it.
Woo, share memory. What level is this?
Level 2 witch.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I forgot. I actually do want to create those arrows that I have chilling in the bag of holding during the downtime. So I don't know. Do you need me to roll? I imagine it's pretty easy to make some standard arrows.
Yes, making regular arrows is pretty easy. I'll pull up the craft stuff. Go ahead and give me a craft check.
Yep.
Yeah, and let me look up arrows real quick. Was there something specific about these arrows, or were they just...
It was just the bag of holding. Let me see exactly what I had. It was just a box of 20 arrowheads.
Okay. Yeah, so you can easily convert those into 20 more arrows. No problem.
Oh, sorry. It was 5 boxes of 20 arrowheads.
Oh, okay. In that case, hang on. Now I do need to do some math here.
Okay.
I'll say, actually, since you have the arrowheads, you could probably complete all of them over the course of the couple of days you have. No problem. Cool. That's a lot of arrows.
100 arrows.
Yeah.
I mean, there's standard arrows. I don't need to bring them all with me. I'll see.
No, but you can leave some of them behind and have spares instead of having to worry about buying them.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, after getting share memory at some point, in the next couple days, I would go back to. His name was. He was the Honorine guy, right?
Honorine, yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I would go back to his place and see if I can get him to I don't know, have another night with me.
Yeah, so if you go there, you will find that you've been added to the allow list. So if you come to the front door, they will open the door for you, and they'll, the guard will check you in and bring you to his room. It's such a pleasure to see you again. I thought maybe after all that, we'd just be conducting business as usual.
No, I was being honest when I told them that I genuinely had a good time with you. I wasn't lying. I mean, it was under the premise of a job per se, but you can enjoy what you do.
I would agree very much so. I enjoy what I do most of the time.
That's good.
Well.
I had an interesting thing to ask you.
So this is about business and pleasure.
Yes. But a different type of business. A less killy business, a more day jobby business.
Go on.
I am a part of the Temple to the Mistress, of course, why I was very interested in experiencing that interesting memory of yours, and I was wondering if you would want to re-experience it with me for real.
What do you mean for real? We can't. I don't have another nymph.
I have a way, an item from my temple that would allow us to re-experience your memory together, but instead of just experiencing it as a memory, it would be as if it was actually happening again. I do believe this will render us probably both blind, but I have secured for us the removal of that afterwards.
What do you gain from this? Besides the experience, obviously.
The experience, and mostly it's just a very unique and intriguing memory, and procuring things like this is what I attempt to do for the mistress, and potentially will bring my bond with her closer.
Would your temple see this as a donation?
I think so. I don't actually know.
I
know in character,
you know that memories like this would be valuable, and if he is giving it without money, there is probably some measure of value that this thing has that he could claim.
Sure. Yes, it would be kind of like that.
Very good. I believe this can be arranged. I have some time now if you'd like to do it now.
I am definitely free and available.
You can kind of set things up. The crystal is you're given kind of a rundown on how this works. There is a little pedestal that comes with it. I guess maybe not. I don't know. It's like a stand that has some feet and then a circle, and then you set the gem down on top of it. You cast share memory into the gem, and then the participant also needs to be touching the gem at the same time. And then the gem sort of takes the spell and begins fabricating the memory that the subject focuses on.
Gotcha.
And slowly your mind will kind of blur with his, and you will be experiencing the memory as he experiences it. Now, some important questions to be asked. You get a whole hour of this memory. Do you want to see how much of the time before he goes blind do you want to see versus how much of the time after do you want to see? Like, which do you want to have more of?
I think probably more of the after. I feel like that would probably be more interesting to the mistress in the temple. I mean, I obviously want some of the before, like especially obviously the part as like they're going blind, but I think I would focus on having more of the after.
So like 5 or 10 minutes of the before and 50 minutes of the after?
Well, I'd probably ask him like, how long were you with her? Like,
oh God, a time when you don't have sight, it just kind of goes away, and there was so much to explore and enjoy. So many delicious tastes and smells and lips and
yeah, okay,
so
we'll
much
focus
more.
on the after.
So 5-10 minutes in the beginning?
Yeah.
There is a lot to this experience that I could give. I'm not going. I would be a liar if I said I didn't spend a disproportionate amount of time in my life thinking about that. But it is stuff that is likely not something that we should delve into here. But
Seems like that's happening a lot lately in our games.
The after of this is very important because you did choose more of the later half.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's blind, you can hear somebody else coming in and saying, your time's up. We're going to have to take her now and finish things up. Are you sure? Like, it seems such a waste. Trust us. There's only so many of us. There's only so many people that can afford this kind of thing. There's many more people that can afford her. The other way we can handle it. It seems so cruel. Listen, there's plenty more of these. We've got access to them from time to time, but look, it's fine. It'll all be okay, and in the end, we'll leave you a souvenir. What do you mean? What? No, I changed my mind. Yeah. You changed your mind. Good luck. What are you gonna do? Cast a spell on us? Find us. And you can hear and feel like the bed being moved around and like getting to your feet. But you can already hear like the muffled as the creature is like, you can hear dragged out of the room, and you try to chase after them, but you hear the door shut as you finally make it to the door right on your face. And you kind of collapse on the ground crying as you come out of the memory. Tears rolling down your face, tears rolling down his face. You can still feel them, but you can also feel that you're back in your body. You feel your breathing return to Luna's breathing. You can feel the way your skin feels versus the weird way that his skin felt to be inside of it. The way that you feel that kind of joy as opposed to, like, he seems to carry around with him this kind of, like, in the earlier parts of things and in the after parts of things, there's always this sense of kind of melancholy. Like, to him, the whole world has like a sheen of gray all across it that just never goes away. Like, his vision of the world is much less bright than yours. And he like kind of wipes away the tears as you guys come out of it. I guess it doesn't matter if you push that memory away in the day. This will always bring it back. It's never really gone, is it?
Unfortunately, probably not. sorry you couldn't save her.
This is why I don't like... This is why there are reasons that, well, I might be a selfish and rather arrogant prick. I do hate creatures that seem to be taking advantage of others, and these creatures, I think anything that spends too much time in the minds of others is probably up to no good.
I agree. It's probably not welcome, and
I need to find... Where are the guards? He starts shouting.
mm-hmm.
You'll hear the door open and one of them will come in. This is a little hard to explain, but I'm blind now, Blake, and she did it but didn't do it on purpose, and didn't do it on accident.
Well, he knew it would happen and consented to it. I forewarned him it would happen.
Yes, I need you to take us to the Temple of the Mistress. It's a little unorthodox, but alright.
I'll fumble around and make sure I pick up like my crystal and the pedestal and stuff and grab all that before we go.
And you guys can head back to the temple. Anybody else have anything of note they want to talk about? No? All right. Well, then I believe we have Rusty doing one final thing before we'll kind of wrap up this session. We'll see whether we have a success here or a dismal failure that results in me getting to kill Rusty.
That would be not fun.
So, Rusty, what is your plan here?
I'm just gonna have most of the same extracts that I had available. I'm gonna try to find some alley where that's between where the fishmonger is, along the path that a direct path that you might take to get to the.
And keep an eye out from that alley.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth and a perception as you watch around the right time of day.
All right. Make sure these are correct. All right, so stealth.
Yeah.
And just because it's a new day, I might as well. I mean, I don't know if I need to use the inspiration.
You can if you want to.
I would use it on
stealth?
The stealth one. Just why not?
Yeah.
It's a new day.
You are keeping your eyes peeled to the area very carefully. You've already heard from the fishmonger that this person works with the precision of a clock. And just as expected, with just the right time, you'll watch him walk past the same path, almost as if the path were predetermined for him. But this time, when he goes down that second alley, there will be no whistle. He'll just head on down and through. Do you want to follow him, or is that content enough for you?
I think that's content enough for me. We know that he passes by this area. We could try to find an area to ambush him in the future.
All right.
We don't have to get him outside the door. So.
Well, I think with that we will call it a night. You have some new information that you can discuss and think about for next week. And you know that on the morrow you'll be getting a new task asked of you by the temple. So we will see how all of that resolves next week.
I'm going to save my checks for next session.
You want to do them now? Go right ahead.
It's up to you if we have time.
We will wrap that up at the end. Yeah.
Sure. So I got about 13. Is that doable over these days?
Yeah, I think you've got enough time to do 13.
All right. Let's go. So this one's web. Oh.
Oh yeah, you definitely got web.
Dang.
This one is ricochet shot. Fail.
Fail.
Again. It's unfortunate. We got knock.
Ooh, knock. I hope you fail it. I don't want you to have a knock.
Pass.
Damn.
Don't knock until you try it.
I like it.
Good one.
Is it obvious that John doesn't like puns, or is it super obvious that John doesn't like puns?
Oh my god, pass them all over.
Damn.
Expedition Retreat is really
I don't know. I didn't even know this was a spell, but we're gonna grab it.
Sure. Just to grab it. You paid the gold for these, right?
Yeah, these ones have already been purchased, or we found them.
Yep. Identify. Damn.
I really wanted to try a ricochet, but
Agreed.
another level, another chance. Fail a magic missile.
Yeah. Turn into whatchamacallit. Yeah. Prestidigitation. Don't you start with that in your spellbook, or no?
No. Oh, I guess I would have had it now that I got rid of Universalist or whatever. Well, I passed it a little bit. Just got a few more.
Blur. You cannot find a scroll of blur if you didn't find it naturally.
No, I bought this one, so
Okay.
I'll get the gold back?
Yeah, you can get the gold back for right now.
Okay. Let me just make a note of that.
You will know why you couldn't find a blur as well. Very, very specifically, there is somebody who seems to have his hand in the pocket of anybody who sells scrolls, and people will, like, you ask people, like, well, will you make it? And they're like, I'm sorry, I'm contractually obligated to not make this scroll.
All right, this is the last one.
Okay.
Pass.
Cool. A point of note, though, that you do hear from your friend, it's not Elizabeth, Elizabeth. She will tell you that she does know of a few places in the depths where there is probably a book that contains a few, at the very least, blur and a few other spells. A wizard that she had been tracking for a while who went down there. He spent a disproportionate amount of money trying to acquire one of these on the in the black market. Got it, went down, and died not long after. So she tells you if you were ever down in the third level, that you should be, if you come across the corpse of what looks to be a wizard, a cleric of Thoth, what at first might look to be a paladin, but you'll notice that he does not have a holy symbol of a god. He instead has a holy symbol, or he instead has like a symbol that looks like a bunch of wires twisted around each other. And some guy who is probably wearing like either heavy black cloths or may not even be there. She suspects that it's likely that he might have actually, in a moment where they were all in a disadvantaged situation, he might have like taken the opportunity to like cripple one of them because he was particularly adept at disabling people, and then use them as sort of the distraction so he could get away. She says she hasn't found him, but she knows he's the kind of guy that could disappear in a moment's notice, and is a lot of why he would have been able to get the blur spell in the first place.
Okay.
She also advises you that you'll find the same problem when you're looking for displacement when you're ready for it as well. As well as mirror image. There's also a weird run very randomly on a few of the blue magic spells. I'm not sure why.
I took mirror image as one of my auto learn spells.
You can auto learn it that way. Yep. You can unlock it yourself, but so you might want to do that when you come up to displacement.
Character, what do they mean by blue magic?
Blue magic is sex magic. It is magic that is part of a circle that was devised a long time ago, which has various powers of, like, control over eroticism. And I think with that, we will end for the night. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Do we get any experience?